Oh man, guys, I am pissed. I am pissed. I am annoyed. I am livid. And most of all, I'm disappointed. Ubisoft decides, in their infinite wisdom, to just go and fucking axe the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. I'm just honestly flabbergasted. Like, how did they just decide to just wake up in this big new year 2026 and just be like, yeah, we're just gonna cancel one of our biggest franchises of all time, even though, it's been on hiatus, but it's still one of their biggest franchises of all time. People always ask for Prince of Persia to come back, including me. You know, some of the OGs, we understand how amazing this series was back in its heyday. Even now you can go back and play these games and they're still amazing. And Ubisoft, in their infinite wisdom, just says, let's just cancel it. Let's just get rid of it. Let's just 86 it. Let's put it on ice. Let's let's just destroy the remake of a beloved game that we created so many years ago. And this is a big blow to Prince of Persia fans, to old school Ubisoft fans, to people who grew up with Ubisoft. Mainly just because this is the almost the equivalent of like Sega remaking Sonic Adventure 2 and canceling it. This is the equivalent of Capcom canceling Resident Evil 2 Remake. Okay? This is the equivalent of, just any big studio that has a iconic franchise that helped to grandize them in the modern day and just canceling it out of nowhere. Now, the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake did have a little bit of rocky development. Originally, it was supposed to be developed by Ubisoft Mumbai, if I'm not mistaken. But then the game, people just didn't like how it looked. I didn't think it was too much of an issue at first. Looking at the game, the graphics weren't the best, and I think everybody just kind of overreacted, partially because they hate Ubisoft, but also because the graphics weren't the best. They weren't the best, but they still weren't that bad. I think they just needed a little bit of work as far as the model and texture work, but I think it was fine. But for the most part, people hated what they saw. And Ubisoft went back to the drawing board. We didn't see any gameplay for like 3 years or 4 years or some shit like that. And I was just sitting here waiting in anticipation to see what Ubisoft Montreal drummed up with the latest build of the game. And to wake up in this big new year of 2026 to find out that Ubisoft goes and cancels one of their biggest games, myself, and for them to just go and delete it, is abort it like some sort of unwanted one night stand offspring, is just insane to me. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, we have to live in a world where we have no Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. I am greatly disappointed in Ubisoft for doing this. I can't believe it, man. Again, this is like the equivalent of the Capcom going and canceling Resident Evil 2 remake. You know what I'm saying? It's just insanity, man. I don't get it. So Ubisoft is, I guess they're just doing some restructuring. That's what they meant by this. They're doing some restructuring or some shit like that. And that's the reason why they go and get rid of one of their biggest franchises. Or, unfortunately, Prince of Persia isn't as big as it used to be, but it's still a game that's beloved by plenty of people who've grown up with these games, who played these games throughout the years, including myself. We still We're hungry for some Prince of Persia. You understand? So, unfortunately, we gotta live in a world where there's no Prince of Persia remake. And now I'm wondering, what's happening with the Splinter Cell remake, now that I think about it? What's happening with that shit? Is that gonna come to fruition as well? Or are we just not gonna get that? Anyway, guys, Strategist 418, SCG 418, check it in and check it out. I want to know you guys' thoughts. I'm very disappointed myself, and I can't believe Ubisoft just pulled the plug. They just did again. They did it like a one night stand baby, a prom night dumpster baby. It just said, "Fuck it, let's abort it, let's abandon it, and get rid of it." It's crazy. Had the game in development for multiple years just to cancel it is honestly nuts. And maybe if there's enough fan outcry, we might get I don't know, maybe they might reinstate it. I don't know. If there's enough fan outcry, maybe they might say, fuck it, we're gonna do the development and continue it. But I honestly doubt it. Anyway, guys, SCG14 here and out. I hope you guys love me. I sure as hell love you. Tell me your thoughts in the comments, what you guys think. I am really disappointed and bummed out by this. But anyway, you know what the deal is. I'm out.